Hi guys. It is our weekly, I now do this weekly. Melissa Kathryn, I am here. Welcome to my kitchen. How are you guys today? Happy Thursday. All right, we are going to be cooking today because I am hungry. I always come in here right when I get back from the gym, and I do have to say I had a little peanut butter and toast because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this, and then I have clients. All right, so let's get cooking. So I'm loving the energy of being here live. Although I do our long form and our shorts and all the other things, coming on live is just so much fun. So a few things about me. I am a holistic nutritionist, a master hypnotherapist. I specialize and have a background in the psychology of food self-sabotage and women in particular, because I can share more about my story, but I had struggled with my own stories around my body and weight and growing up and all the things. And I got on the other side and I got really committed to really wanting to simplify healthy living and weight loss for successful women so they can put their energy and their dreams instead of on diets, because I spent a lot of years just dieting and not living. And I'm so committed to that not being you. So let's get into it. The other thing that I want to tell you is I'm all about simple. I subscribe and teach clean eating. Clean eating is eating foods closest to their natural state, right? Which means no counting calories, no counting macros, no getting caught up in I just can't live that way. I need it to be easy. I need it to make sense. And what I have found, I've now been doing this for 22 years as a holistic wellness practitioner, and being in this space, I have a background in fitness as well. And I can also say that I just go back to the things that are simple. Breath is our life force. Water, our body is comprised of water, and foods that your body knows where they came from that have not been genetically modified are going to work most well with your body, not disrupt hormones, not put on excess weight, and really, really keep us feeling really good. So that's what I'm committed to. That's what I'm about. So let's get into this. By the way, we do a cookbook giveaway. So if you want that, just comment, subscribe, and put cookbook, or comment below. Ask me anything, by the way, and I will do any video for you as well. I'm an open book here. But what I wanted to say is, if you want that cookbook, it's our homeless cookbook. We do a giveaway each week. And this week we will let you know who that is tomorrow. All right. So all you need to do, comment, subscribe, like, let's get into this. So a few things, you might even see that I pull out the same thing. I'm going to give you tips while I'm cooking. And I also have some story time here. So you're going to love today's meal, by the way. All right. And I say this, I've now said this for 3 videos. I do not work for Trader Joe's. They just make life really easy. All right. So I am pescatarian. I am not vegetarian, but I create all of my meals and everything in my cookbook, by the way. They can work for any dietary preference. So here's the thing. If you're dairy-free, or if you like dairy and you see a dairy-free recipe, you can add butter, you can add cheese, you can add milk to it. And if you're like, but Melissa, I'm dairy-free, then you can do vegan cheese. You can get rid of cheese. You could, instead of butter, use avocado, or you could use an oil, right? It's really, really easy to swap. Gluten, if gluten's your thing, you can make it gluten-free. That's easy, right? So I do just want to say that if there's certain allergies or things that you have, or you're like, that doesn't really work for me, you can easily substitute, and always ask me about that as well. So what we're going to do, I love this dish. I eat it for lunch. I eat it for dinner. I eat it all the time. I serve it when people come over and they're like, where'd you get this from? I'm like, I made it. So, and not only that, they think that I cooked forever. It does not take long. You do want to, I should have left this out. I put it in my refrigerator. This is frozen. It's from Trader Joe's, and this is their organic riced cauliflower, okay? Now, then these are so good. And it's nothing more than, and this is why I like clean eating. look at the ingredients, or I don't know if you can see, but there's only 5 things there. What are the 5 things? Onion, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and yellow bell pepper. Okay, 4. But you see, that's called clean eating. There's no sugar, hydrogenated chemicals that we can't see. So just rule of thumb, if sugar is listed in the first 5 ingredients, just put it back. As a nutritionist, that just means there's lots of sugar in what you're getting. Okay, and then this is raw Argentinian red shrimp, and these are wild, right? So they're good size. This is great. All you have to do with this, all of this is in the frozen section at Trader Joe's, right? But you could easily get these at a grocery store similar. But you do want to go for wild shrimp, okay? We're going to rinse these off, and we're going to get a skillet. We're going to add some olive oil and some sea salt, and we're going to start sauteing these bad boys. And I'm telling you, it's so good. It just, the flavors, it's so flavorful on its own. It's so good. So, all right, let's get started here. We're going to bring out the big guns. The big guy here. And little olive oil. This is another thing that I say about oil. And I'm Italian, and I used to like, my mom would be like, I'm like, Mom, and we're like looking at the oil, and we were sitting there, and she's like, I'm trying to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. And I think she dumped like half a bottle, and she's like, but it's healthy fats, right? When you're wanting to release weight, it's really important to measure your fats and know what you're putting into your body. Fats, healthy fats are good. They help keep you fuller longer. But when we're really looking to release weight, we want to up the protein, and we want to monitor. It's kind of gotten a little cray with the like, oh, but it's just healthy fats, and have no idea how much you're ingesting. Well, especially a lot of women will say like, oh, well, I have avocado toast before I go work out. And I'm like, you don't want to eat fat before a workout. You want your body, when you're looking to release weight, to burn through the stored fat. But when we just ingest fat, fat's meant to slow digestion and keep you fuller longer, right? So we want to go into the stored fat. And this is for those that want to release weight. It's best to just have some fruit, some carbs, or just some protein, right? And those are easier things, like a little bit of like, low fat cottage cheese, or a protein shake and some water, some almond milk, something that's just a light and easy, or nothing, or, go in a fasted state, or have some fruit so you can just have those carbohydrates to give you that natural energy. But eating fat and then going to work out it's going to work against you. It's the same thing as ingesting fat right after a workout. We want to give our body protein after a workout, especially if you were lifting heavy and broke down muscle to repair it. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't know, I'm asking, but let me know in the comments below. So I am just going to get my measuring spoon here. Okay. Putting a little oil. I also like to spray as well, just because this pan gets a little crazy. Can you guys even see what I'm doing, or are you just staring at my butt? All right, wasn't the best setup. I should have you guys over here. So all we're gonna do is put this in and put this in. What do we do with the shrimp? You're gonna get it, and we're gonna rinse it in the stove. This would be easier if I panned. You're gonna rinse it in the stove. You're not gonna rinse it in the stove. You're gonna rinse it in the sink with warm water, and then we're gonna add this last. So we're gonna saute these first, and then we're gonna get a different pan and cook this separately in a little bit of olive oil. And you can dice some onion if you want, or add in any other spices. The other thing that I want to say, these are larger raw Argentinian they're wild caught shrimp. They're already peeled. I get scissors, and I like to cut them to make them small, like small chunks, as opposed to just having giant shrimp in the dish. But that's your preference and up to you. When I have people over, I'm bringing this dish to somebody's house, I will keep the shrimp whole because people kind of like to see that they're large shrimp, and it's just like a prettier presentation. But for me, I don't want to have to like cut up or bite, like I just want it easy. So I cut them beforehand, and then it's like little nuggets of shrimp in there. And again, you could do shrimp. You can add in a seafood. You can add in a seafood blend. You could do scallops. You could, or you could forego if you're like, I don't like seafood. I don't like shrimp. You know, some people call them bottom feeders. I don't really care. I like the taste of them. So when people look at me and they're like, that's disgusting, I'm like, don't judge. I don't judge you. I don't judge you and your meat. But I'm going to say, I'm just kidding, but I'm always like, listen, everybody's body, like you get to eat, we don't judge each other. We bless, you get to do you, boo. So you can make this vegetarian and add in more vegetables. You could even do a vegan, meatless vegan crumbles. Or you could add chicken to this, or steak, or bison. So there's so many ways, and that's the way that I like to cook. I like to have a base that's versatile, and you can add protein of choice. I personally just love me some shrimps. Shrimps. My brothers always make fun of me because I'm like, shrimps, and they're like, it's not a plural. We're not like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I could eat buckets. Like there's a few things that I can just eat in buckets. I can eat an entire watermelon. I could probably eat a gallon of white mint chocolate chip ice cream. But Breyers are like Haagen-Dazs. It's like lighter, or it's so good. And I could eat shrimp, and I like seem to never get full off them. I could also eat a lot of jicama. These are random, but in case you wanted to know, these are real things about me. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this down. I just don't wanna keep turning my back on you. So I'm gonna walk backwards. Everybody always needs kitchen scissors, by the way. This is like a must. When people don't have kitchen scissors, I use them so often. Okay. These peppers and onions, so good. This is driving me nuts, having that open. And I just dump it on in. I dump it on in. The more veggies, the better. You could also add spinach to the base, kale. I generally do 2 like batch cooking a week. Two batch cooking. I batch cook 2 times a week, and so I'm at the tail end. So you guys are getting that. But I often find recipes that I love, and then I eat them a lot until I get really sick of them. If you're somebody that likes to mix it up all the time, I tell people pick 2 things that you'd love for breakfast, 2 things that you would love for dinner, and 2 things that you would like for your lunch or snacks, and start to play with it. And we want to crowd out unhealthy habits with healthier ones, just like we want to crowd out unhealthy foods with healthier ones. But just going to like that belief that you need to have cheat days and grilled chicken and broccoli, where we restrict will rebel, right? It's just what is. My God, my phone's gonna die. No, it's happening. Don't do it. Hi, don't do it.